Apple Brown Betty originated in the 17th and 18th centuries in colonial America, a time when recipes were simple and used basic, locally available ingredients such as apples and bread. The early recipes typically combined apples with crumbled bread or biscuits, sugar, and spices like cinnamon, all mixed and baked together to create a nourishing and flavorful dessert. The name Brown Betty appeared in the early 19th century, though its origin is unclear. It may derive from the use of Betty to describe similar desserts like fruit and crumble mixtures, while brown refers to the golden and crispy top of the dessert once baked. Over the years, the dessert evolved regionally, with variations where crumbled bread is replaced by biscuits or croutons, and spices vary according to local preferences. Apple Brown Betty became popular in American cookbooks in the 19th century and remained a favorite in American households throughout the 20th century, often associated with family meals and special occasions. Today, it is still enjoyed for its simplicity and comforting flavor, with modern recipes including variations like nuts, raisins, or cheese. Now we can start the recipe. The ingredients are displayed on your screen. You will need apples, flour, sugar, butter, a lemon, cinnamon, and salt. You can use other fruits in this recipe, but be aware that you might need to reduce the amount of sugar for sweeter fruits or berries. The recipe is adaptable to all kinds of fruits, from plums to pears. For a successful Apple Brown Betty, choose a firm, tart apple like Honeycrisp or Granny Smith, which have excellent flavor and hold their shape when baked. Other good baking apple options include Fuji, Crispin, Cortland, Pink Lady, and Jonathan. Start by preheating your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. First, prepare about 6 apples. Peel them and cut them into fairly large chunks. Place them in a large bowl and add the juice of half a lemon to prevent browning during cooking. Next, make the topping. In a bowl, combine 1 cup of flour, about 125 grams, and 1 cup of sugar, 220 grams. Add cinnamon and a pinch of salt. The amount of cinnamon depends on your preference, but it pairs very well with apples. Then add small pieces of butter, preferably softened for easier incorporation. Add the butter gradually until you achieve the right texture, which is about 60 grams. You can use a blender to make this mixture, but if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, you can work the dough with your hands. For extra indulgence, you can also add chopped nuts or raisins if you like. Once done, take a baking dish. In my case, I only have large dishes, but I recommend using a smaller one. Grease the dish to prevent sticking and start layering. Begin by placing a portion of the apples in the bottom of the dish. Then spread the topping evenly over the apples, trying to cover them as much as possible. Repeat these steps as many times as you have ingredients left, finishing with a layer of topping. Bake the dish for about 45 to 55 minutes until the top is golden and crispy and the apples are tender. You can check doneness by inserting a knife into the apples. It should slide in easily. Once out of the oven, let it cool for a few minutes. For extra indulgence, you can add a scoop of vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, or caramel sauce. All that's left to do is enjoy it and share with your guests.